When you have a demanding career, a busy household, or simply a life that requires you to travel frequently, the last thing you need is to return home to a drooping, high-maintenance plant that demands your immediate attention. Instead of reducing your stress, delicate plants can easily become another source of guilt and anxiety. You begin to experience plant guilt, the heavy feeling of watching something beautiful slowly decline because you simply did not have the time or the mental bandwidth to adhere to a strict watering schedule. But cultivating a stunning, high-end botanical aesthetic does not require you to become a full-time horticulturist. You do not have to sacrifice style for simplicity. Today, we are exploring the concept of invisible effort. We are going to look at 5 structurally magnificent soil-grown indoor plants that are practically invincible. These are the silent guardians of your home. They demand nothing. They thrive on profound neglect, and they seamlessly blend into the background of a busy life while providing maximum aesthetic impact. Furthermore, because true peace of mind also means a clean environment, I will guide you through the exact soil mixtures and elegant top-dressing techniques needed for each plant. This ensures that even when you do occasionally water them, your floors, counters and shelves remain completely immaculate and dirt-free. Let us release the burden of constant care and discover the ultimate lazy gardener's aesthetic. Plant 1. The architectural survivor. Zamioculcas zamifolia, ZZ plant. We begin our collection with the undisputed king of invisible effort, a plant that looks like a meticulously crafted piece of modern art, but possesses the survival instincts of a desert cactus. The Zamioculcas zamifolia, universally known as the ZZ plant. If you want a plant that looks expensive, glossy, and vibrantly alive, even if you completely forget it exists for an entire month, this is your ultimate botanical companion. The ZZ plant features graceful arching wands lined with thick, waxy, incredibly dark green leaves. From a design perspective, it provides a very clean, structured silhouette that fits perfectly into minimalist, brutalist, or mid-century modern interiors. Its true magic lies entirely beneath the soil. The ZZ plant grows from large, potato-like rhizomes. These rhizomes are incredibly efficient biological water reservoirs. During times of drought, or in this case, a busy month where you forget to water it, the plant simply draws upon its hidden reserves to keep its leaves looking plump and flawless. Because it stores so much water, the only way to kill a ZZ plant is by giving it too much attention. Overwatering will instantly rot those delicate rhizomes. Therefore, you must pot it in a highly porous, gritty, succulent mix. Think of the soil as an anchor, not a sponge. To elevate its presentation and maintain our zero-dirt aesthetic, plant your ZZ in a heavy, matte black ceramic or concrete cylinder. Dredge the surface of the dry soil completely with polished black river stones. The dark stones seamlessly blend with the dark pot, creating a monolithic, highly architectural base that pushes all the visual focus upward toward those brilliant, glossy green wands. It is a masterpiece of effortless design. Plant 2. The Victorian Shadow. Aspidistra elatia, cast iron plant. Moving on to number 2, we introduce a plant with a botanical pedigree that dates back to the dimly lit, drafty drawing rooms of the Victorian era. It earned its common name because it is virtually indestructible. The magnificent cast iron plant. If your home has a dark, neglected corner, a shaded hallway, or a room where other plants have tragically failed, the cast iron plant will not only survive there, it will silently, elegantly thrive. The cast iron plant produces broad, paddle-shaped, deep forest green leaves that shoot straight up from the soil on stiff, wiry stems. It has very quiet, dignified, and somewhat moody aesthetic that pairs beautifully with dark woods, antique furniture, or contrasting minimalist white walls. Botanically, it is uniquely adapted to withstand incredibly low light levels, severe temperature fluctuations, and extended periods of profound drought. It is completely unbothered by dust, dry air, or the occasional cold draft from an open window. When potting the cast iron plant, standard indoor potting soil works perfectly, provided you mix in a few handfuls of perlite to ensure the water drains completely through. It grows slowly, meaning it almost never needs to be repotted. Another point for the lazy gardener. To style this deeply historical plant for a modern aesthetic, choose a weathered terracotta or a wabi-sabi-inspired textured clay pot. To hide soil and prevent any messy splashing during its rare waterings, press a thick, uniform layer of preserved Spanish moss over the surface. The silvery grey of the moss provides a stunning, high-end textural contrast to the deep green leaves, locking the dirt away and completing a truly effortless installation. Plant 3. The water tower, Bocania recurvata, ponytail palm. For our third plant, we step away from traditional leafy foliage and embrace a highly quirky, structurally fascinating statement piece that acts as its own self-sustaining water tower. The Bocania recurvata, commonly known as the ponytail palm. Despite its name, this is not a palm tree at all. It is a highly evolved succulent. If you love the look of an indoor tree but absolutely despise the daily misting and rigorous watering schedules that traditional indoor trees require, this is the perfect solution. The ponytail palm is instantly recognizable by its massive, swollen, bulbous, woody trunk, known as a caudex. This trunk is an incredible feat of botanical engineering, designed to store massive quantities of water to survive long, grueling droughts in its native arid habitats in eastern Mexico. From the top of this bulbous base erupts a cascading fountain of long, thin, leathery, curling green leaves. Visually, it is whimsical, playful, and deeply striking. It requires highlight to grow, but once placed near a sunny window, it practically asks to be ignored. You can safely go weeks, sometimes over a month, without giving it a single drop of water. The golden rule for the ponytail palm is absolute, uncompromising drainage. If the caudex sits in wet dirt, it will turn to mush. You must plant it in a specialized cactus and succulent mix, heavily amended with coarse horticultural sand and pumice. To accentuate its desert origins and maintain an immaculate dirt-free environment, top-dress the soil with a thick layer of fine, light-colored gravel or natural crushed quartz. The light-colored gravel reflects the sunlight, highlights the unique woody texture of the swollen trunk, and ensures that your floors remain completely protected from the coarse, sandy soil beneath. Plant 4. The silver sword, Sansevieria trifasciata, moonshine. Next, at number 4, we return to the incredibly resilient Sansevieria family. But we are choosing a very specific, rare, and highly aesthetic cultivar, the snake plant, moonshine. While the traditional snake plant is famous for its dark green and yellow stripes, the moonshine variety offers a breathtaking, ghostly, silvery mint green complexion. In a modern, busy home with a muted or monochromatic color palette, the moonshine snake plant serves as a subtle, sophisticated pop of icy color that requires absolutely zero mental energy to maintain. Like all snake plants, the moonshine is an absolute fortress of a plant. Its leaves are thick, succulent, and covered in a heavy, waxy cuticle that prevents moisture from escaping into the dry indoor air. It is immune to almost all common indoor plant pests because its leaves are simply too tough to penetrate. It tolerates deep shade, although its beautiful silver color remains most vibrant when exposed to bright, indirect light. You can leave for a 3-week business trip, and this plant will look exactly the same the day you return as it did the day you left. Because its roots are shallow and delicate, the moonshine prefers to be slightly root-bound in a smaller pot. Use a gritty, fast-draining soil mix to prevent any moisture retention around the base of the leaves. To style this icy, ethereal plant, plant it in a smooth, pure white ceramic cylinder. Cover the dark soil entirely with a layer of smooth white marble chips or white polished pebbles. The transition from the stark white pot to the white stones to the silvery green leaves creates a continuous, visually soothing gradient. It is the epitome of clean, high-end, zero-effort botanical design. Plant 5. The living sculpture, Crassula ovata, jade plant. Finally, at number 5, we feature a plant that bridges the gap between a simple houseplant and a living, breathing sculpture, the legendary Crassula ovata, universally cherished as the jade plant. For the busy professional who appreciates the intricate, aged look of a bonsai tree but cannot commit to the painstaking daily rituals of bonsai care, the jade plant is the ultimate compromise. It is a plant that grows more beautiful, more complex, and more architectural with every year of neglect. The jade plant features a thick, woody trunk and branches that naturally grow in fascinating, gnarled shapes. Its leaves are plump, fleshy, oval-shaped, and a vibrant, glossy jade green, often developing a beautiful red tinge along the edges when exposed to bright sunlight. In many cultures, the jade plant is considered a powerful symbol of continuous financial growth and deep-rooted luck. Botanically, it is a succulent that stores all of its water in its thick leaves and stems. As long as you provide it with a bright, sunny spot, it desires absolutely nothing else from you. Water it only when the plump leaves begin to feel slightly soft or wrinkled to the touch. Because the jade plant becomes quite top-heavy as it matures, it requires a heavy, grounding pot to prevent it from tipping over. A shallow, wide, unglazed terracotta bowl is the traditional and most aesthetically pleasing choice, as the porous clay allows the soil to dry out rapidly. Pot it in an extremely chunky mix of organic soil, large perlite, and coarse bark. To finish the presentation and keep the heavy soil contained, carefully place a few large, jagged, natural landscaping rocks around the base of the trunk. This mimics the look of a tree growing out of a rugged mountain cliff. It is deeply grounding, profoundly peaceful, and entirely mess-free. Final thoughts. Cultivating a beautiful, calming home should never feel like a second job. Your living space is meant to be a sanctuary where you recover from the demands of the world, not a place where you are met with the demanding needs of fragile foliage. By intentionally choosing these 5 invisible effort plants, the architectural ZZ plant, the shadow-loving cast iron plant, the whimsical ponytail palm, the silvery moonshine snake plant, and the sculptural jade plant, you are reclaiming your time and your peace of mind. These silent botanical companions ask for almost nothing, yet they give your home the warmth, the texture, and the grounding energy of nature. And by utilizing thoughtful potting techniques and elegant top dressings like river stones, Spanish moss, and natural gravel, you ensure that this natural beauty remains perfectly clean, completely sophisticated, and entirely dirt-free. Thank you so much for joining me today in the studio. I hope this guide gives you the permission to step back, relax, and enjoy your aesthetic home without the burden of constant care. If you resonated with this philosophy of effortless, clean, botanical living, please take a quiet moment to subscribe to Aquatelier. Keep your spaces beautiful, protect your peace, and I will see you in the next calm video.